Microsoft Excel, Chapter 1, Blue Box 8, using drag and drop as cut and paste or as copy and paste. So we've seen how we can use keyboard shortcuts or the tools on the Home tab to cut, copy, and paste, but there are alternative ways in which we can do the same thing. I'm going to select using my touchpad or mouse by clicking on A3 and dragging down to A4 so that I have both of those cells selected. Alternatively, I could have clicked on A3, held the Shift key, and pushed down. So either way, however selecting cells works best for you, whether it's the touchpad, click down and drag so that A3 and 4 are selected, or we could click on A3, hold the Shift key, and push down. Now, you'll notice that as I hold my cursor above the box, it is currently a white plus sign. As I go to the outside edge, the cursor changes to a hand. Imagine that hand is grabbing the border, and if I click and hold the touchpad down or my mouse and drag upwards, you'll notice that I can move and just drop into A2 what was A2 to A3, or sorry, A3 and A4 is now in A2 and A3. I could drag this anywhere, and those two cells would paste where I drop them. So it effectively is the same as cut and paste, but done using the touchpad or mouse in a way that's a little more efficient. Similarly to the way in which we could cut and paste, we can copy and paste. So I have selected D9. I'm going to select D9 and drag my touchpad to the right while I've pushed down so that I've selected D9 through F9. This time I'm going to hold the Option key down. Your book talks about the Control key, and I'll show you the difference between that. Notice that when I do that, my hand now has, I did a second ago, has a plus sign. And what that's going to show is I'm going to copy and paste it. So when I drag upwards, notice the row doesn't change, but now I've effectively just copied and pasted. Notice yes, no, yes, that I had in these cells, yes, no, yes, are what I now have in the cells above. Your book talks about holding the Control key down, and if you do that and you drag upwards, you will get this choice. This the menu that shows up would allow you to move, copy here, etc. We've got a whole bunch of things that we could have chosen there. But why not have the analog of what we see on Microsoft, which is to hold the Option key, and as we drag it up, it does the copy and paste. This is one of very few examples that I can think of in Excel where I cannot use the Command key for a task that uses the Control key in Windows. So, for example, in the last video, we saw Control C, X, and V for copy, cut, and paste, and that we would use Control in Windows, Control C, Control V, Control X. Well, the analog for the Mac is to use the Command key, and so oftentimes using the Command key with whatever the remaining keys you need for a shortcut, if it's in Windows, it's Control, and if it's in a Mac, it's Command. This is an exception to that. Here we use the Option key instead of the Command key to get this done. This concludes Blue Box 8. Make sure, again, that what you have on your worksheet matches mine. By the way, the dragging and dropping versus the copying and pasting are really personal preference. So had you wanted to get this information here by highlighting and Control C, Control V, it is effectively, in the end, the exact same result. And the result is what matters. So whatever makes it so that you can be more efficient is the approach that you would want to take.